After a year and a bit of waiting, it has finally happened. We have finally moved house and we now just have a pile of stuff that we now need to get through, which is going to take probably several days. So apologies again if these videos are a bit delayed. Can't help it right now. We've got a lot to move, a lot to sort through and a lot to organise because I think we've got more than we realised. Good morning, guys. It is week 16, day 1. Baby is now the size of a pear. They really do grow in size when they get to this point. I'm having my breakfast. Oh, it's our first day in our new home, or first day waking up in our new home. And my God, it was wonderful. That new bed we've got is so comfy. I woke up with no back pain, no shoulder pain, no arm pain, no hip pain, no leg pain. Oh, it was heaven. It was heaven. We had such a great night's sleep. And another thing happened yesterday. Jason had one more surprise up his sleeve, but I won't tell you what that is right now because I'm about to go to work. And when I get home, I need to do a bit more unpacking, but I will tell you what the surprise was when I get home. But we have still not finished unpacking. We have organised. So we have organised the boxes into different rooms so that we know what's going where and we have a better idea of where everything needs to be. That at the moment is what we call our bric-a-brac pile because it's just a load of random things that we had hidden away in cupboards and wardrobes and things like that, so that we need to go through and work out what we're keeping, what we're not, what we need, what we don't need. We've got a lot of things to go through. And poor Jace, he's actually at work all day today. It's one of his 12-hour shifts, and unfortunately because it's one of his 12-hour shifts, he isn't going to be home until 9 o'clock at night, so he's a bit gutted because it means that he doesn't get to spend much time in his new home. But it's not the end of the world because I've got a fairly long day at work today. I'm having to finish eating my dinner quite quickly today, breakfast quite quickly today, because I do need to get going and see the dogs. I've got 3 walks today with 2 to 3 dogs on each walk, and I've had to split it up that way because one of the dogs is getting on a bit in years and she's starting to slow down, and her owner has requested that I not play as much fetch with her, so I need to try and keep her away from the fetch dogs, which is easier said than done. So we need to rush through breakfast, get out and get our walk started for the day. It's his first time in the garden. Got the harness on her. I'm glad I saved that. I'm glad I kept hold of this harness. I've had this harness since Imogen was a kitten. Yes, this is your new garden. Isn't it exciting? Like, I don't know this place. Oh. Yes, this is your new garden. You gonna go exploring? Jinx has just met one of the neighbours. Hi, neighbour. She's not a big fan. Oh yeah, you're not a big fan of neighbour. No, you're not a big fan of the neighbour. Good girl. Oh, it's only me. You don't like the neighbour, do you? You don't like neighbour cat. Sorry, neighbour cat, she doesn't like you. Are we going back inside? Just fascinated by this hydrangea. Neighbour cat wants to be friend. Jinx is not impressed. Hello guys, it's actually now the next day and I'm out with my last walk of the day, which is the 2 Scotties, and I'm just enjoying a quick sit down because I'll be honest, walking is getting a bit difficult for an hour straight, or standing while the dogs play find the treat is getting a bit difficult. It is. I need a lot more sit downs recently. You know, people say the second trimester is better than the first, and I've actually found the second trimester harder so far. I've been so much more tired, so much more lacking in energy and lacking in strength. But again, the strength is probably because I've not been able to exercise in the last 2 months with everything going on with the house. It's been a long one. It's been a very long one. I am exhausted. Hello, bud. I am just having a quick chill with the dogs while we carry on. We're still unpacking. We've got so much to unpack. I keep forgetting to turn on the camera because there's just so much to do. But all of the bills for the house have now been transferred over to the new property, and we just need to change a couple more bits over. We need to get in touch with the... Don't bite me. We need to get in touch with the old gas and electric supplier at the old house and get those details changed over. I'm actually going back to the old house today because I need to pick up some bits that we've left behind by accident. Thankfully, we have the advantage that we can go back to the house whenever we need. And I know my mum and dad have already started working on it so that they can get moved in when they get back from holiday. So much to do. So much to do still, but we're getting there. And again, in pregnancy news, I am just exhausted. I am so tired, less energy every single day, and I don't know whether or not that is because of lack of exercise exercise or whether or not it's just because little un is draining the energy out of me. I've got no clue. I have not got the foggiest, and you might notice my speech pattern has been getting worse. That is another thing I've noticed since getting pregnant. I have really struggled with my speech. I don't know why. It's just sometimes I completely forget whole sentences and whole words, or I forget phrases, or I start saying a word and about 6 other words come out instead of the one word I'm actually trying to say. It's very strange. I've not really experienced any other pregnancy symptoms as of yet. It's like I'm still getting nauseous anytime I get hungry, which again was normal for me even before pregnancy, but it's been a lot more obvious since being pregnant. I've not noticed any thicker or shinier hair. That's exactly the same as it's always been. That's still just as thin and flimsy as it ever was. I am getting dehydrated easier though. I'm getting dehydrated a lot easier, which is making things a bit more challenging, but we're slowly getting there. Anyway, I am going to carry on looking after these boys. I've got a few bits to do at home. Hopefully I'll remember to do a time lapse or something when I get home of us unpacking, but we'll see. Jason's on a late today, so he's done some unpacking this morning and he's going to carry on unpacking when he gets home. And I've got some unpacking to do. Another thing that happened today, I nearly forgot to mention that. On my way to pick up my first dog, I got a tyre pressure warning light and I checked my tyres and I've got a great big goddamn nail or screw stuck in my tyre and it is leaking air, which is really annoying. And luckily, I say luckily, I had a warning or an advisory on my MOT this year to say that I will need to get my tyres changed ideally before the end of the year. So I was planning on getting my tyres changed at the end of the year anyway, but seeing as one's now got a tyre in, I don't see the point in getting one changed, not the other 3, when all 4 need changing eventually. I am now also booked into Quick Fit this afternoon in order to go get my tyres checked, so I do need to do that as well. Oh, it's all happening. It's all happening. It's all going on in one go. Why does all the big stuff always happen on the months when I don't have much money? Hello guys, we are on week 16, day 4. We have spent the last God knows how many days unpacking. We've actually both had the day off work today, luckily. I only had one dog booked in and they cancelled on me, so I've got the day off, and Jason already had the day scheduled to be off. So we've done loads of unpacking today and we're currently on a walk trying to get used to the local area, and we're just surrounded by trees. So happy, so happy where we've moved to. It's so lovely here. So we're just taking the girls on a walk, Quaffle's with me, Lyra's in the backpack with Jason. It is lovely out here. It is so nice. So we are back home now after our walk with the girls. Yes, she's obviously not happy because the camera's on. But we are making progress. We have the back room mostly emptied of boxes now. We still have the pile of bric-a-brac behind us. The area near the window is actually starting to look more human. We've got the computer set up, which means I can actually finally do some video editing again. And we've got most of the upstairs done now. Hopefully by the end of this weekend we'll be fully moved in. Everything unpacked and everything unboxed, but it might take a few days more, we will see. And there's also one other little surprise that I didn't get round to telling you guys because it's been so hectic and so busy. So the other little surprise, no, you're not killing camera. Go over there. So the other, I've just realised how red my face is and how warm I am. The other little surprise that we didn't tell you guys, or that I've not got round to telling you guys yet, is that Jason had another little surprise for me. On the night that we moved in, we spent loads of time unpacking and unboxing, and as we went to bed, he actually proposed. So me and Jason are now officially engaged, which is very shocking and very exciting, and another one to add to the bucket list. I say bucket list like it's an absolute essential. It's not. I'll be honest, I never thought we would actually get engaged and get married. I genuinely didn't think it would be something that would happen for us, and yet here we are, which is very exciting. We've got pregnant, bought a house, moved house, had my 37th birthday while moving house, and we're now engaged all in the space of 2 months. We've got a baby on the way, bought a house, moved house, and now got engaged, which is just insane. All the big life events have all happened all in one go for us, which is just crazy, amazing, but crazy. I can't believe it's all happened. Literally in the space of 2 months, our lives have done a complete 360. Trying to buy this house that we're now in, or trying to buy the house that we were trying to buy next year, which has ended up leading us to get this house, has triggered a chain of events to literally change our lives. We have our own home, which we're both very happy here. It's so nice. The area is so lovely. The neighbours are wonderful. Like, our neighbours so far have been absolutely fantastic. They are such lovely people and they're so nice to chat to, and they're all so friendly and welcoming. We've just been on a walk to the shopping centre nearby, which is a 15-minute walk through woodland and through forests. Barely a road in sight. It was all surrounded by trees, which was so nice. The area is just green and lovely. I look outside my house and there's trees and bushes. It's so nice. It's just everything we ever wanted. The garden is nice and simple. The garden, you can't see it from the light, but the garden is easy to maintain. It's got a few flowers in it to make it look green, but it's really, really, really easy to maintain. So I'm very much looking forward to keeping that going. I don't know how well you can hear me at the moment because the washing machine and dryer are on crazy mode. That is how our week is going so far, how our lives are going so far, which is just, oh, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. In the space of 2 months, everything's changed. Everything's changed. Unfortunately, I've still not been able to exercise because obviously there's nowhere to exercise right now. There probably is. I could probably make space in the dining room if I wanted, but we're more focused on unpacking. We spent so much time unpacking. There's barely been any time for anything else. Even Jason's not been out on his training runs for the half marathon. We've been so busy and he's been working such long hours. Hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be fully unpacked and can just start living our new lives, which is so exciting. Before I go, I almost forgot to tell you about the ring and what it is. If you guys want to hear Jason's proposal story, let me know. I'll put it in its own complete video or a completely separate video because it was the most Jason proposal you could ever imagine. But the ring itself is actually a family heirloom. It was his grandmother's and his grandmother, or it was his grandmother's engagement ring, and then his grandmother passed it on to his mother and his mother's passed it on to him to give to me when he told her that he was planning on proposing. It's a very, 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 very special ring. I believe it's diamonds and sapphires. I'm not 100%, I believe it's diamonds and sapphires, but it's a beautiful ring nonetheless. And it has these little words saying forever, always, which is just, I can't put into words how much this melts my heart. This ring melts my heart. I've always said that a ring that holds sentimental value is always better than a ring that is your design or your choice. He said to me, it's like, I know it's not your style because it's not flat against the thing, because he knows I like smaller dainty or small dainty jewellery or more gothic and fantasy type jewellery. I don't like the big bulky jewellery, but because it's got the words forever and always, it is slightly above my finger, but I'm fine with that. I can cope with that. That's not a problem. I don't actually think he realises just how much of my style it actually is, because I've got a really big thing for sapphires. Sapphires are one of my favourite gemstones and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And the fact that it's got such sentimental value to him and his family, for me, it just makes it extra special. In regards to the pregnancy, like I said, we're at 16 weeks and 4 days now. Wait, yes, I'm recording again. We're at 16 weeks and 4 days, and I'll have to admit I have really struggled this last week. Not because of the pregnancy itself, but because of the move. We've had so much to do. I've had very little time to rest. I've had very little time to regain my energy. Supposedly in your second trimester, you're meant to be more energetic and have more energy, and all the symptoms have gone away. Yeah, that is what it's meant to be like. But unfortunately, because I've been so busy and we've been moving so much stuff, and I've very naughtily been lifting some heavy things, not so heavy that it hurts my stomach. As soon as I started noticing anything hurting, I would stop and make sure that I would take a break and have a rest. I did. Stop trying to tell them I'm a liar. I did. I took plenty of rest. Yes, I did. Don't argue with me. But it was a lot. It took a lot of energy. It took a lot of energy out of me moving this last week. Because of that, I have struggled this week. I have had very little energy. I've been really tired. I've been really fatigued. I'm just grateful to finally have a 10-minute sit down, if I'm being honest. Me and Jason did have a little break last night where we did have a bit of a game once the computers were set up, because both of us have gone without our computers and without gaming and without internet for nearly a week, which has drove us insane. And I've gone without video editing, which has drove me insane because I'm so far behind. But everything is back up and running. Baby, to my knowledge, is doing well. I'm just very out of breath at the moment. Everything is making me out of breath, but we're getting there. We're slowly and steady getting there. We are now 3 weeks away, 3.5 weeks away from finding out the gender. We've not got long till we find out whether or not we're having a boy or a girl. I'm just happy the hard part is over. Still got a lot to do. We still have a heck of a lot of unpacking to do, but the hard part's over and we get to actually enjoy our new life now. My gosh, hello. It feels like I've not been on this camera in ages. I tend to switch between 3 different cameras. I've got my vlog camera, I've got my GoPro, and I also use my phone sometimes, depending on if I actually have a camera with me, because I quite often forget to take my GoPro places. So we are on week 16, day 5. Oh, we're really getting into the second trimester now. I've had a rest day today, like a big rest day. I've had so many people telling me I'm doing too much and I need to slow down and I need to rest and I need to recover my energy, because I've been getting really out of breath this last month, or this last week. Like this last week I've been getting really out of breath. Please excuse me, I'm just doing a bit of crochet. I'm actually doing my first official crochet pattern right now, which is this one right here. That's the pattern I'm trying to do at the minute. It's my first big like crochet pattern project. I'm very excited, and so far we're doing well. We've that's how far I've got so far. It's like a lacy pattern, so it's quite intriguing to try and do. What am I up to? 5 on this one. So I apologise for doing a bit of crochet while I talk to you guys, but it's one of those. It's entertaining me and it's keeping me grounded more than anything right now. In fact, no, do you know what? I'll finish this stitch. This isn't a crochet channel. Anyway, hi. Like I said, I've had a rest day today because all the moving and all the unpacking and all the hassle of this last month has worn me out. And it's getting harder and harder to maintain the energy. I've been badly dehydrated. I've been eating properly, but I've also feel like I've not been eating enough or not been eating the right foods in order to help little one. I'm also having more days where I don't feel pregnant again, which I think I've already mentioned earlier in this video. I am having more days where I don't feel pregnant over where I do feel pregnant, because my belly keeps changing. Some days it's not quite as obvious and other days it is more obvious. It's strange. That's the only way I can explain it, is it's strange. As you can see, we've still not finished packing or unpacking. We're getting better. We've made more progress. The dining room is mostly empty now. The living room is halfway there. We still need to go pick up the calisthenics machine, which I've asked Jason if we can do on Monday, because I'm getting really frustrated that I need to do some stretches. Like I've been told this by my antenatal physiotherapist or perinatal physiotherapist, whatever they're called, that I do need to do some stretches. I need to get back into my SMM, and that I need to do some upper body strength training for when I carry baby around a lot next year. So I do need to get my calisthenics and mobility training in. I just don't have the space nor equipment right now because everything is everywhere. I needed the rest today, and I very much enjoyed the rest today. It has been very nice and very needed. I'm so tired. Even though I've had a rest day, I'm so tired. Please excuse the fact that my engagement ring is the wrong way around. My engagement ring is actually slightly too big for me. It comes on and off my finger really easily. It's literally just like millimeters too big. Because it comes on and off easily, it quite often slips around when it's the right way around, or slips down. Whereas when I flip and tuck it upside down, you can still see like the gold band of the ring, but it then sits in the crease of my finger and it stops it from falling down. There's been a couple occasions now where I've been terrified about dropping it down the toilet, or accidentally dropping it into the cat's food, or dropping it down the sink, and this just gives me a little bit of extra security that it's not going anywhere, because I do not want to lose this ring. I even had a nightmare about losing some of the gems off the ring yesterday, and my god, I've never been so scared. Well, I have been more scared than that, but for a dream that was quite scary. But I've enjoyed the rest day today. I very much needed it, and I'm now relaxing and chilling at home, in my new home. Oh, it feels so good. And this house has been lovely so far. The neighbours, like I said before, the neighbours are all wonderful, but the house itself is just, I don't know whether or not it's because it's a terrace or just because it's so open and easy to get everywhere. Everything just flows nicely. Everything is just in a short distance, so you're not weaving in and out of rooms and paths and all sorts. It's so lovely laid out and just so easy to navigate everywhere. It's absolutely wonderful. I've really appreciated just being able to sit here and enjoy my home. I did have some computer troubles earlier, so I've not been able to get any video editing done these last 2 days because my computer's been playing up. Turns out quite a few of the drivers needed installing, and also a couple of the games that I have seem to have some bugs and glitches on them, and that's been causing my computer to crash quite a lot, which is really irritating, but it can't be helped. Anyway, that is where we are up to. We are still unpacking. We're getting back to unpacking tomorrow, and then we're also going for a meal with Jason's parents. If I ever stop yawning. And I need to get more unpacking done tomorrow. More unpacking is essential, and I also need to get some cleaning done because we've been here for a week, and because we've been so focused on unpacking, we've not actually had the chance to clean yet. But on the plus side, the dining room is mostly unpacked now. The living room is at least 50% unpacked. The bedroom is about 90% unpacked. I think we've only got one more box we need to go through. And then after that, it's just the bric-a-brac boxes, which is, we have no idea. A lot of the stuff is stuff that was in storage or was put away for us to worry about another day, and we never ended up going back to it. We might end up getting rid of a lot of this, we might end up keeping a lot of this, we just don't know yet. So it's a case of wait and see what's going to happen. Anyway, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow.